Welcome to Dave C. Straight from the Pit. In today's episode, we're going to talk about this guy. 1986, General Hawk. So here is my mint on card 1986 version of General Hawk. And it's the original classic Hector Greedo art, of course, that everybody knows. And this is the first year, of course, where they switched the G.I.Joe lettering to this from the old, more traditional lettering, like up on those posters up there, kind of a flatter 82 to 85 type G.I.Joe lettering. And in front, I have a singular figure of him that we can look at in a minute. But I thought first we'd look at the mint on card version here. And it says Codename Hawk, G.I.Joe Commander. And you can see that he came with the Walther PPK 9mm short pistol, his field pack and helmet on this bubble here. And this particular version had the free ribbon inside, as per the little sticker there on the bottom left corner of the packaging. And as a kid, I never actually had any of the battle ribbons, so I don't know what they really look like out of the package that much. So I'm a little bit not knowledgeable about these. But anyway, there's a sealed one there behind General Hawk, so pretty interesting. Here it is flipped around, and you can see that it's unpunched, which is a nice extra little treat. I purchased this one a few years ago at a show up here near Toronto, and at the time this figure was not too expensive, so I got him for a really good price. I don't think I would have got him at the prices that they want now. Not because I don't like the 86 General Hawk figure. It's just that I think some of the prices are a little bit unrealistic now, to say the least. But yeah, this packaging has all the 1986 and 1987 guys on it, the little icons. So this was a later released General Hawk from 86, but still released in 87. And this is an example of what you would get in 1987 if you bought a General Hawk off the pegs. And this is an American version, of course, because you have the American proof of purchase flag point. This file card reads as follows. Codename Hawk, G.I.Joe Commander. File name Abernathy, Clayton M. Primary military specialty, artillery. Secondary military specialty, radar. Birthplace, Denver, Colorado. Grade, Brigadier General. Hawk was the original field commander of the Joe team before he got his General Star and was booted upstairs to honcho the entire G.I. Joe operation. He's a West Point graduate and has a list of special education credits as long as his arm, but he's still managed to get the main body of his experience out there where it counts, on the battlefield. Hawk's the type of commander that goes out and gets shot at like everyone else. Troops respect that. They know he won't ask them to do anything he isn't willing to do himself. And that's why they are willing to do anything Hawk tells them. So now we can look at him in loose form. And you can see he has like an Ike type jacket, like a World War II type, with the fur on the collar, as shown in this photo here. And he's got a nice haircut, and on his chest, a little spot there depicting some military insignia and perhaps badges. He's got a holster with, looks like a 45 there And he's got camo pants. He's got another gun holster on his right leg. Got a pouch on his left. His hands are painted flesh color. And you can see the cuffs on his jacket are showing that it indeed is a jacket. And also around his waist there, you can see the elastic band. He's got a cool belt buckle that shows a hawk on it. It looks like a hawk. And it's an overall nice figure. I remember getting him in 86 just because I knew about him already from the comic. And it brings up a good topic for this video. This wasn't the actual first release version of Hawk. His first version, he wasn't a general yet. He was just called Hawk. And he's right here. And in the comic book, he was in G.I.Joe #1. And he was Colonel Hawk. And as his file card kind of indicated, he was the first original G.I. Joe team's field commander. And he came with the MMS, which is a rocket system, which is right there. You can see there's his prototype figure. And then there's the actual figure. And like a lot of the other 82 G.I. Joes, he came with that helmet with the visor. Yeah, he had blonde hair, just like in the comic. And here is G.I. Joe #1. And there he is there jumping off a tank. So it's June 1982, issue #1. And there he is there in this panel. On the far left there, it says Hawk. And here's a page here showing his involvement with the team. Colonel Clayton M. Abernathy. So yeah, I was first introduced to him from this comic. So when I think of General Hawk, this is who I think of. The blonde-haired figure who came with the MMS and was from this book. And he's actually on the cover of April #4. And in G.I. Joe #3, he's shown here talking to Scarlet. So yeah, way before he was on this 1986 Sumbo animated series, he was this guy. And I remember getting the MMS. I was up north back in 82, and we were in Wasaga Beach, which is a nice beach area on Georgian Bay. And we stopped at this little hobby shop. And I was always on the hunt for something G.I. Joe, of course, because I absolutely love G.I. Joe. And while we were in the store, this was there, the 82 MMS. And Hawk came with it, of course. And at that time, he wasn't depicted as Colonel Hawk. It just said Hawk. And yeah, so I was able to get that, and I added him to my Joe team. And I was really happy to get the leader of the G.I. Joe team. So another interesting fact about this whole 1980s G.I. Joe Hawk thing is that another thing that added to confusion for a lot of early 80s G.I. Joe fans and kids who had the 82 Hawk and had the early G.I. Joe issues, the Marvel ones from the early 80s, when this video came out, or this movie came out rather, in 1983, it was on TV, the Sumbo animated series Mass Device, we were kind of like, who's this guy? His name was Duke. And we kind of wondered because he looked a lot like Hawk. He had the blonde hair. just like Hawk did. And he looked really, really similar to Hawk. But his name was Duke, and he was running around with Scarlet, kinda, and we thought that Snake Eyes was with Scarlet. So we were like, kind of like, who is this guy? And he didn't have a figure released until '84. So yeah, I mean, a lot of fans would be kind of scratching their head at me right now because they didn't know who Hawk was, probably because they were too young. So their first real G.I. Joe leader would have been Duke. So this might come as kind of a surprise, like I have it ass backwards or something. But in all actuality, in the history of 1982 to 1994 G.I. Joe, this guy was the first blonde G.I. Joe leader. Not this guy. But anyway, it doesn't mean that I don't like Duke. I do like Duke, and I love the Sembo animated series. And I also love the Marvel run. So I just thought I would point that out because there are a lot of different takes on that. Because everybody falls into different age groups. And back then, even if you were 1 or 2 years apart from somebody, it would determine who maybe you see as the G.I. Joe leader. Definitely if you're looking at, years later, General Hawk. Because now he's a general, and on the Sunbow animated series, he's depicted as being an older guy who kind of knows a lot of stuff, and he kind of mentors the younger Joes and the new Joes. But first, he was this guy, and I think that should not be overlooked and not forgotten, because Colonel Hawk became General Hawk. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.